Hello, this is Mrs. Dubois again, and if you feel like you need it, I thought I would do a video of the answer key. I'm actually going to skip down to example number 2. All right. The factors, remember when you multiply two things together, those are the factors. The factors are 3x and x plus 9. And then the product, the answer to a multiplication problem, is 3x squared plus 27x. All right. For 3, the factors are negative 10x and x minus 6. And the product is negative 10x squared plus 60x. That's what you get when you multiply those two things together. Number 4, the factors are 4xy squared, comma, 3x plus 8y, sneaking it in there. And the product is 12x squared plus 32xy to the third. As we move along this unit and trying to factor, it is really important that you understand what are the factors and what's the product, okay? This next section is find the largest integer that divides evenly into all the terms. For number 5, it's 9. And we're just looking at the coefficients, okay? For number 6, it's 7. 7 is 6, and 8 is 15, okay? Then the next section kind of coordinates with 5 through 8. It says find the largest degree of x that can be factored out of each term. 9, this one has an x, but 45 does not. So the degree is actually 0, or there's nothing that an x variable cannot come out of each factor. 10, again, we're just looking at the highest degree is x or x to the first, all right? For number 11, it's x to the 6th can come out of both of them. For 12, the highest number of x's that I can take out of every term, remember on the notes I wrote it all out, and you can see that the highest number of x's that you can take from each term is an x, or x to the first. To the second page, again, this all kind of coordinates, just taking us through it step by step. If I want to factor number 13, the greatest common factor is 9, and then I undistribute, so I get x plus 5, all right? 14, the greatest common factor is 7x, and then if you undistribute, you can do x minus 3. And remember, you can work backwards. Some of you I saw did this a few days ago on the worksheet. You can say 7x times x is 7x squared, check. 7x times negative 3 is negative 21x. For 15, the greatest common factor is 6, and that leaves me with 3x to the 6th plus 2. The greatest common factor of these three terms is 5x, leaving me with, when I undistribute, 3x squared minus 5x plus 11, okay? For number 17, all right, again, we are factoring. So the greatest common factor is 6x, and we undistribute, it leaves us with x minus 4. 18, the greatest common factor is 7x, leaving us with 2x minus 5, all right? For 19, the greatest common factor is actually x, and then you have 5x plus 1. And remember I told you can check it out by going backwards, and you have to make sure a common error is not writing this 1. So you have to make sure you can go backwards. So x times 5x is 5x squared, and then x times 1 is x. So this 1 inside the parentheses is necessary, and it holds the place for x. Okay, so 20, greatest common factor is 4x, and then that leaves us inside with 5x plus 11. All right, 21, greatest common factor is 17x, and so that's x minus, ooh, I might have that one wrong. I do actually. So the greatest common factor there actually is x. So you would have x and then 17x minus 35. For 22, it's 9x, and it's 4x squared, leaving 4x squared, 7x minus 3 inside. 23, the greatest common factor for the coefficients is 3. The largest x value, or the largest degree of x found in both, is x to the third. The largest degree of y is y to the second. And inside we'll have x plus 5y. For 24, again, you consider the coefficients. The greatest common factor is 5. Oops, I don't want to write the parentheses quite yet. You have 5, and then the highest degree of y's, y to the second, and that leaves us with 4y to the second minus 3y plus 6. Okay? And then the last little tidbit, occasionally, or sometimes I guess, you find a negative on the highest degree. So when you pull out a greatest common factor, you are taking the negative sign with you. So the greatest common factor here is a negative 2m, and will leave us with m to the third plus 7m plus 3. And again, one way to check yourself back is to go distribute. So negative 2m times m to the third is negative 2m to the fourth. Negative 2m times 7m minus 14m squared. And then negative 2m times positive 3 is negative 6m. And in fact, that does work. Okay? And then one more example here where you have a negative. So you want to pull out, so the greatest common factor is negative 5. And then the highest degree of x's is x to the first and y. So that will leave you with x minus 7. All set. Enjoy.